You know, a couple of some of my favorite TV shows recently, I've noticed people on them using mental health diagnosis to excuse some, just some negative idiotic behavior or something. Like, for example, one lady said, well, that was just my multiple personality disorder that made me do that. And, another person said, oh, well, I'm just feeling so bipolar today. Earlier I was happy and now I'm sad. Okay, first of all, that's not how each of those diagnoses work. So thank you for spreading information that's not true. But second, it's not funny. We're talking about major mental illness diagnoses that take years to get under control and get into recovery, that cause people torment and torture. And I'm going to tell you, none of us think it's funny. None of us want to use it in a way to excuse some idiotic behavior. We wish we didn't have it. So why you're claiming to have it is baffling to all of us. But furthermore, the damage you're doing is this: by associating mental health diagnosis, number one, that aren't true of the diagnosis, but number two, that are putting a negative spin on the behaviors in that diagnosis, you're isolating people who really need help. They see it as negative because you're saying things like that, and they don't want to associate with it. So they won't get help. And they'll get worse. And they could die. So please, be very careful before you just flippantly use a mental health diagnosis because you think you're funny. Because I'm going to tell you, the 1 in 4 people that have a mental illness, we don't think you're funny. Mental illness is not a trend.